You ever seen someone so convinced they're untouchable that they literally stream themselves committing crimes? That's Johnny Somali. And after months of watching this disaster unfold in South Korea, it's clear this isn't just a minor legal hiccup. This guy has burned every bridge, closed off every escape route, and somehow convinced himself he's winning, while live streaming his own downfall. Johnny Somali isn't just looking at jail time anymore. At this point, his American passport might as well be toilet paper, because when you spend an entire year terrorizing a country, disrespecting their culture, and then plead not guilty to crimes you filmed yourself committing, you're not playing chess. You're playing Russian roulette with a fully loaded gun. The math is brutal. Johnny's looking at a maximum of 12 years in a Korean prison, and that's just for the charges already on the table. 6 of those, he's already pleaded guilty to, because even his lawyer couldn't turn obstruction of business and public nuisance into some kind of performance art. But here's where it gets insane. Those last 2 deepfake charges, he's pleading not guilty while admitting he distributed the content. That's not a defense. That's pure delusion in a suit. At this point, his lawyer's probably questioning every life decision that led him here, watching Johnny turn a manageable sentence into a masterclass in self-destruction. And the best part? Even if he appeals, he's doing it from a Korean jail cell. No house arrest, no electronic monitoring, just concrete walls and the slow realization that actions have consequences. Now, some articles throw out big numbers like 46 years, but realistically it's closer to 12. Still, let's be honest, Johnny's not lasting 12 years inside. He even said it himself. If I get sent to prison again, I'm gonna go psycho. So whether he survives his sentence or not, Johnny Somali probably isn't coming home. But let's talk about the witness list, because this lineup reads like his greatest hits of bad decisions. First up, Bong Bong and Youngmin, the victims of his deepfake mess. Then the plot twist, Dunn, the Korean Navy SEAL who gave Johnny that viral punch seen around the world. Yep, the same guy Johnny ratted on immediately after claiming he never snitches. So much for loyalty. Now Dunn gets to sit in court, look Johnny dead in the eye, and tell the judge exactly what kind of guy harasses women for clout. And unlike Johnny's usual victims, Dunn isn't scared of some wannabe influencer. This guy went through underwater demolition training. Johnny's angry Twitter rants aren't intimidating anyone. And the irony, it's overwhelming. Johnny built his whole persona on being untouchable, bragging about always winning with no consequences. He even flexed about going to Japan with no problems, conveniently leaving out the part where he got chased out by the Yakuza and had to flee to Thailand. Then he rolled into South Korea thinking his US passport was a magic shield. Spoiler, it wasn't. Within hours, he was harassing locals, crashing stages, and blasting North Korean propaganda on public transport like he was auditioning for a one-way ticket to prison. And speaking of that propaganda stunt, let's not forget Johnny literally streamed himself committing what could be considered national security violations in a country still technically at war with North Korea, all while being investigated for other crimes. This man has the survival instincts of someone walking blindfolded into traffic. He knew the laws. His own streams prove he researched them and then broke them on camera. That's not content creation. That's a prosecutor's dream evidence. But here's what really seals his fate. Zero remorse. His first court appearance, this was his chance to apologize, show humility, maybe earn some leniency. Instead, he showed up over an hour late, allegedly drunk, and told the judge to suck his dick. How's that for a winning strategy? Even Ice Poseidon, the godfather of chaotic IRL streaming, has disowned him, saying Johnny made his life harder and he doesn't even like him. When Ice Poseidon says you've gone too far, you've officially destroyed your own career. Now, let's talk money, because his financial situation is just as bleak. Johnny's been stuck in Korea for over a year, burning through whatever cash he had left while his income dried up faster than his credibility. His friend Hank, who was bankrolling him, publicly said Johnny owes him $20,000 and they're no longer speaking. So now, Johnny is using borrowed money to pay a lawyer to defend crimes he filmed himself committing. It's like paying someone to explain why water is wet while you're drowning in it. Meanwhile, Korean prosecutors are building an airtight case without even trying. Every time Johnny goes live, he hands them new evidence in 4K. They don't need to investigate. They just hit play. He's basically paying his own lawyer to lose. The new documentary trailer sums it up perfectly. Johnny's journey from wannabe Ice Poseidon clone to full-blown international incident is like watching someone speedrun the destruction of their own career. He had chances to pivot, apologize, show growth, but instead he doubled down on every bad decision and convinced himself he was the victim. And now, his October 29th trial date looms, ironically on the one-year anniversary of Dunn's Punch. If that's not poetic justice, I don't know what is. Johnny spent a year thinking he could outlast the Korean legal system. Now he's about to learn the hard way that the house always wins. He gambled his freedom on being untouchable, and Korea is about to take everything, including the illusion that he ever had control. Even if he serves his time and gets deported, what's waiting for him? A reputation as the American who got humbled by Korean law and cried about it online. That's not a comeback story. That's a permanent reminder of how someone can blow up their own life for content no one even wanted. Johnny Somali isn't just facing prison. He's facing reality. His American privilege has limits, and when you gamble against the house doesn't just win. It takes everything, and then charges you interest for the lesson. Peace.